Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc. It's your girl, BD.
You've forgotten so quickly.
Oh my God, it's been so long. Fucking hell. Right, let's do it again. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It's Foreign's the fiance.
And we are back.
Are we going to say why we've been gone?
I think that deserves the whole credit. So we had some domestics.
Yeah, we had serious domestics. Creative
I literally feel like I went through a breakup. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Friends fight too, and it hurts.
I'm not going to lie.
Friendship breakup tweets, that was about this big. Okay.
I literally feel like I went through a breakup. Like, I feel like I've been on an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
But we
it
good
was the
now.
highest of highs and the lowest.
And the lowest.
We're back better than ever to never break up again. Sometimes you actually need to divorce to then realise that, that was the person that's yeah,
you have to separate and then be like, okay, cool, love of my life. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I know you're getting
remarried,
but this is. I said I know you're getting married, but this is the real. This is the real marriage.
He's just a guy I'm taking pictures with. Let's leave it out. Let's leave it out.
So I'm drinking today. I wasn't going to because I'm going to a gaucho brunch next week and I wanted to preserve my liver. But I have been made a wonderful
cocktail.
rich. But this cocktail is made from, what did he say again? Did you hear him? It is...
He said soda water, lemon. He lost me at soda water, but there was something soda water, lemon.
Yeah, and honey. And Jack Daniel's apple. Something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, it's fine. It's not my usual sweet de la creme, but it is okay. It's do you know what I got the other day? You know the the pina colada, the Sainsbury's one that comes in that bottle. I got that the other day. It was delightful.
Isn't it the one we drank?
Yeah, it's the one that we got.
Okay, did you enjoy it?
I loved it. I loved every drop.
Can I? Oh, actually, no. I can say this because I would have broken the news by the time
I'm going to be pregnant.
I'm not Rihanna. Let's chill out. Like, I felt uneasy as stuff.
Okay, I know what you're going to say. Say it, girl. I was going to say, but I was like, let me not bait out people's... Even though it's low-key my business as well, but okay, go ahead.
Guys, I'm officially a homeowner. Like, your bitch is on the property ladder. I'm that bitch. I got the keys, baby.
She got the keys.
It was a very surreal feeling, but I'm feeling great. I feel fulfilled.
I feel fulfilled.
Never aspired it. It was... all I can say is God, like, carried me. Like when I say he had me in his palm, this process, like, everyone says buying a house is the most stressful thing ever. Yeah. Like, it's so difficult. So I literally experienced no stress. Like, from
it's been a very smooth process for you.
Literally, like, it's smoother than my coochie after I've just had
smoother than
my
wax. Booty.
Literally, like, from finding the property, I walked into the property, knew it was mine. Within a day, we had agreed on an offer price, to getting a mortgage, to getting the mortgage approved.
All the papers and that.
Literally, the only thing that kind of dragged was the solicitors, but even that, like...
But everyone says that that's the case, no?
Yeah, and, like, they handled themselves. There wasn't a lot of chasing, like... And God knew I didn't need that stress, because I already had enough stresses at the time. Yeah. So...
I'm so happy and very, very proud of you. And as I say, like, we are one. Therefore, me too, I am a homeowner. So
you're a homeowner.
Congrats to the pod. The pod did this.
Congrats to the pod. But yeah, I say all this to say that, I came back from work today with no congratulations, flowers or champagne or anything.
But how do you know it's not the way?
Let us hope so. It's not just you. This is shade at a lot of people, to be fair.
And also, like...
Not even a card. Even my own parents.
Did you look in...
My mum bought me takeout yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, there's this thing we eat, German doner kebab, because it's, like, within our diet. So we just had that. It's basically salad and meat. That was the congratulations.
Yeah, that's what you need, isn't it? Proteins and veg. She's rolling her eyes in disgust. No,
this is shade to a lot of people.
Honestly, like, I'm extremely proud of you. Am I surprised? No. I knew you was going to do it. I'm glad that you did it as well before becoming a wife.
We did it, Joe.
Honestly, very, very proud of you. Love that.
No, but can I just say, women out there, and I don't want to be preachy or self-righteous or whatever, if you can...
Here we go.
If you can,
guys,
do
just
it
skip
before. Let's get to the app.
Go
If
ahead.
you can, do it before you get married. I think you all go in with all these fantastical ideas of, like, what marriage is going to be, and you love the person so much. And as much as I can tolerate my man,
She's saying this, yeah. She literally just tweeted probably 5 minutes ago. Oh wow, I'm so in love,
bro. Like, the streets don't need to know. Like, you know, the streets don't need to know, innit?
but they know because you told them.
The podcast streets don't need to know.
Oh, the different streets. Okay,
that's
it's
a
a different road.
street.
Okay, I'm with you.
It's just like where I live. Like, my street is.
Here we go.
But there's like they're two different streets, innit?
Okay,
Same
I'm gonna
name,
redact it
same-
all because you are not being vague enough for my liking.
So, no, I say all this to say that, yeah, like, guys, if you can, you want your marriage to last forever, you want to be happy, even like if you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, like, if you can do it by yourself, do it. It's very possible. It's very doable. For a long time, I put it off because everything out there
You were
tells
like,
us it's not
how?
going to happen.
It's gonna be stress.
But, like, listen, if anyone wants advice, DM me. I'll give you all the advice. I'll be transparent about my salary, how I did it, how I saved, all of that. But I just want to say it's very doable. So do it.
Amens. I hope you're all listening out there, myself included.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls.
That was literally.
I might even just put this to the end so that we don't lose them. But yeah, guys. So this week. We are doing a documentary called Voyeur, which is on Netflix to this day. And
but you've heard of this documentary?
I've watched it before.
No, but have you not heard of it on TCO? Because they covered it, no?
Yes, I heard it on TCO. I watched it. So even after hearing it on TCO, I watched it. And even watching it again for the second time, I was still surprised by a lot of what I saw. And I had seen it, and I was still surprised by what I saw. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, what were your initial impressions of the documentary?
I'd heard of the story before, so I knew about it.
A little bit. Mm-hmm.
But seeing it in action...
It's just madness.
It's madness, and... Yeah, it's madness.
But it's madness.
And I want to say what I want to say, but let's.
But then you want to wait till you get to we'll get into it. Yeah. So this documentary opens up with this guy who's basically snitching on himself. So at this point, I am assuming that he is talking to his lawyer, and he's basically saying
they couldn't hear me, they couldn't see me, but I could hear them and see them. It's been a secret all these years. It's been a secret for 47 years.
And he says that he's kept this a secret for 47 years, but like now he has to let someone know. And I'm like, no, but you actually didn't have to let anybody know. Like this could have.
But can I just describe him a bit, because this guy is sleazy.
Oh, you can, of course you can. Well,
he's really.
Let me get into this first, and then you can describe him. So next we meet this guy called Gay Talese, who's the guy he was talking to. He's not a lawyer; he's a journalist, right? And he's old. When I say old, he's in his like 80s maybe, and he's been a journalist for longer than you and I and our parents have been alive. Okay,
but he's don't get it twisted. He's 80, but he's
always dressed to the nines, like he's with it, 3-piece suit on a daily.
He doesn't come to play.
Yeah, he's a cutie. At this point, I'm like, oh, Gay Talese is kind of cute. Like he's really good vibe.
But then why
changes.
Call your kid gay? Unless like maybe there's something I'm missing.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like another language. Like so some names in English just seem a bit weird because they're also English words. But then maybe like in whatever language it is, it's a normal name. So this documentary It's about a guy named Gerald Foos, who's the guy basically saying that, you know, he was watching people or whatever. So I'm going to get you, if you wouldn't mind, to describe this guy, because I feel like it'd be very
Gerald Foos is really sleazy looking.
Yeah, that's a very good word.
He looks like he'd be the uncle at a party that would ask you to sit on your lap when you're like 14 years old,
and nobody wants to really acknowledge that he's a weirdo, but your parents don't want you to be alone with him.
Yeah, and he looks like the kind of guy that would lick his fingers and then put his eyebrows down. You know how guys do that? Yeah. He's that kind of guy, and he looks like back in the day he would wear like these really like baggy velour tracksuits, like just really sleazy. Like and he has these hair. Yeah, and he has these glasses as well.
Fam,
where you don't know if he needs to see or if he just wants to look more.
These glasses, and we'll get into them later because I discussed them later because they're like burgundy, and they have like a graduated tint. So it's like, okay, it's dark on the top and then like light underneath. Like, do you want to be seen or do you not want to be seen? Do you know what I mean? And then it's like there are scenes where he's not wearing the sunglasses. So like we know what you look like. So why are you trying to to hide from us. It's
Nah,
weird.
he's a weirdo.
Very strange guy.
That is the one thing that we can say is true about this documentary.
Oh,
This man is
100%.
weird.
He's a strange guy. So he buys this motel in Colorado, in Aurora, Colorado, and he basically watches people. So he bought it with the sole purpose to watch people through this like ventilation system that he created. He calls it like an observation deck, right? And I actually put on here, this guy looks like the kind of guy to do this. Like, he is a weirdo. And even though you think they might refer to him as like a pervert or a weirdo or a peeping Tom or whatever, they call him a voyeur. Like, that's his vibe. Like, he's a voyeur, which is just someone who watches people that don't know.
But I just think a lot of that is because he's a white male.
Yeah, and also kind of like they look at him like, oh, maybe he's harmless. Like, what's he really going to do? And it's like...
Exactly. But that's the white male factor. That's the whole thing about... What was it?
Yeah, they perceive as less dangerous, I suppose.
Yeah, what's his name? Joe Goldberg. Like, you. Like, that's the whole vibe. Like, even though this guy does not even have a fraction of the attractiveness of Joe.
At all.
But it's the same vibe because he's actually a pervert. That's what he is. He's not like voyeur.
And I guess him
like,
being in spaces he's not supposed to be in doesn't look abnormal. I mean, for Joe, this guy is abnormal, but for Joe, like, he can get into spaces and like people will not assume that he's a weirdo because he just fits the mold of like a normal guy or whatever.
Yeah, and the thing about this guy as well is when they say voyeur, it sounds like some exotic French.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, ooh, je ne sais quoi.
Exactly.
But really, like, you're a fucking pervert.
You're a pervert. You're literally a pervert. That's what you are.
With sweaty balls. I know his balls are sweaty.
Lord have mercy. So he talks about his childhood, yeah? And people always want to bring their childhood. I'm saying everybody had a childhood. Do you know what I mean?
Before we get to childhood, though, do you not find it wild? Because they mentioned this quite early on, that he found 2 women that were okay with his behaviour.
Yeah, I was getting onto that next. But yeah, literally, he got married twice. He's currently with one of them.
2 women were like, okay, this behaviour is perfectly fine and I co-sign it.
Yep. That is one of the real crimes, I think, of this documentary. But yeah, there's a bit where he talks about his childhood and he's just like, yeah, you know, I wasn't exposed to sex. I had to learn about it on my own. And I'm like, who was exposed to sex as a child? Did you see your parents just fucking in the living room? And he said, oh, I know what sex is. No. Who was exposed to sex? Nobody.
Ciao.
Like,
Help
I was like,
me
bro,
ask him.
this is not the excuse you think it is. It's really not.
It's not giving what you thought.
It is not giving what it was supposed to have gave. But yeah, so he finds a motel. It's called the Manor House, and he does construction on it so that he can like basically walk through the middle of it. Like if you imagine like the roof through the middle, and then look in each of the rooms. He calls it, like I mentioned, his observation deck, which is fucked. And of course, because he owns this hotel and his wives work there, like they are very much aware of this. And it's just like, I don't know if it's like they're okay with it and they don't say anything, or they're not okay with it and they don't say anything. But in any case, they don't say anything. And that is the issue that I'm having. In this documentary, they have like these scenes, which is like a replica mini version of the hotel that they do. And I think it's a really good way to like show us what the hotel looked like, how he was able to watch people. So shout out to the filmmakers for that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was fun.
So Gerald, who is I wanted to say pervert, not the voyeur, because he's a pervert. He writes to this Gay Talese guy, the journalist, in 1980. This documentary was made, I think, in 2016 or 2017, yeah. He writes to Gay Talese in 1980, basically saying, hey, look, this is what I've done. Come and interview me. Because I think Gay Talese, we quickly learn he's also a bit of a weirdo. He's writing this book on sexual habits of people or some shit. It's called Thy Neighbor's Wife, right? And I don't know how relevant this is, but this is interesting, so I'm going to mention it. So in order to write this book, yeah, Gay Talese is like staying at this sex commune thing where basically everyone has sex with everyone, and he's using it to like research his book, right?
And he's shagging.
Right, because it took me a while to get that bit. I was like, hold on a minute. So he was like, yeah, and I was also participating. Because
I'm not going to be one of those reporters that sits on the sideline and watch.
Exactly.
I'm going to get my cock out.
I'm getting my cock wet. Literally.
No, but like, do you watch Temptation Island?
No.
Oh my god, guys! Okay, hopefully one of you watches. If you do, you'd have watched the last season where like one of the guys was cock in hand, like
literally.
Listen, okay, are you ever gonna watch it?
Probably not.
Okay, the premise of the show is so couples go on the show and they like have to like they go and live in separate houses where they bring in other people of the opposite sex to tempt them, and you don't see your partner for weeks on end. This guy was cheating. Like he was like, one like and I'm gonna cheat on my girl, and he was the one that liked it. And so there was this one bit where like these 2 girls come to his bed, yeah, and like they like obviously they kind of all discuss, it's gonna be a threesome basically. Well, not discuss, but that's the vibe in it.
Yeah.
So the two girls are in the bed and they're kissing or whatever they're doing. We can't see because they do that stupid thing where they put the covers over, like, okay, we're not kids. And then next thing, like, I've never seen something so embarrassing. This guy comes from the toilet, with his cock in hand. Like,
No,
I didn't know
stop
cock in
it.
hand was like,
like actual cock in
cock
hand.
in hand. And he goes into the bed. And it's just like, this is someone's man.
No, you can't be with him anymore. It's not even the cheating
Cock
fam
in
anymore.
fucking hand.
That's wild.
So this is what Gay Talese was doing, cock in hand.
Yeah, it was so...
And he was someone's
and he's
man.
married, and he was married at the time, literally. So you see, like, he's on a talk show, and his wife is just kind of unhappy, because I thought she was just unhappy because he was there, like, observing. Here's me thinking he's in a corner writing notes, but my man is cheating on you for this under the guise of research.
He was just horny.
Yeah.
Like, you could have written about so many things. You could have written about the birds and the bees. He was just horny. You could have
And you could have
interviewed
also
people that
even
have
written
had
about the
affairs.
commune without participating.
Fam, he was horny.
Yeah.
He wanted to live some
It's actually,
sexual...
it's actually quite manipulative of him, but hey-ho.
Yeah.
So yeah, at this point, I'm like, okay, so Gay is definitely as mad as Gerald, and this makes sense why they've been in cahoots for like decades at this point, yeah. So Gay goes to visit Gerald, basically to make sure that he's telling the truth about the observation deck, right? So according to Gay, and to be honest, maybe everybody here is lying, but according to Gay, he was there, he saw it, they see a couple having sex. And that's what I'm saying, like, hotels kind of like, I get very paranoid going to hotels, because I'm just like, bro, like, what if there's... Did you see that video about the hidden cameras in like Airbnbs and stuff?
No.
There's like ways to see if there's like hidden cameras in like bait places.
How do you see?
I saw it on TikTok. There's one thing, I don't actually remember a lot of them, but a lot of them is like if you shine your phone light on it, there shouldn't be a reflection. If there's a reflection of like certain things, and it might indicate there's a camera. And even with like plug sockets and stuff like that, like alarm clocks, there are loads of different things. But yeah, I mean, most people are probably not weird and creepy like that, but there are some Geralds and there are some gays out there. So gays is in Gay Taleses out there. So yeah, wild. Very wild.
I can't just shag in peace now.
You can't. You really can't. No, you can't. This is why you have to buy a house, because that way you can you can shag in peace as a homeowner. So yeah, they say this. I don't know how much I believe this story, but they're basically watching this couple having sex, and like they're looking through the vents, and so Gay's getting proper into it because he's a sexual madman, yeah. And he's like looking so far down into the vent that his tie goes through the vent and nearly touches like the woman's head, and I'm just like, how true is this story?
Story.
Literally, it's up for you to decide. So he has this meeting with the publisher, yeah, and this publisher is a woman, and I don't know her name. I don't know if they ever put it, but she is the only one with sense, I feel, in this whole documentary. And like Gerald, Gay is basically saying like, yeah, you know, Gerald's not creepy, and the publisher's like, he's giving very creepy vibes, and he literally trying to say he's not creepy, and I'm like, so you don't see it? Do you not see that this man is a weirdo? You don't?
No, because men give men passes, so...
And that is true, but it doesn't seem like he was giving him a pass. It seems like he just thought he was a normal guy. It's not like, oh yeah, he's a bit weird, but allow him. It was like, no, he's not weird.
Yeah, but I think
their threshold for weird
men,
is lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. So, oh my God, this bit was just really disturbing. We learn about how Gerald became a pervert, right? And again, every scene of this documentary confirms to me that he's a madman. So basically, he's sexually attracted to his auntie, his mum's sister, his auntie.
And they put a picture of this woman, you know. This poor woman is probably dead in her grave, trying to rest in peace, had no clue.
Yeah, I think she's dead. That's why they could even put this.
Yeah, and like you put her picture there. Like, can I rest in peace?
Like,
I could see right straight to my Aunt Catherine's bedroom window. A mysterious force captivated my entire body. I think it was because I was entering pubertance.
I think it was because I was entering pubertance.
Okay, because I wrote that down.
No,
this guy
because...
makes up his own words a lot.
No,
what is pubertance?
No, because I cried, yeah. And you know what? I thought maybe I am the ignorant one, yeah. So let me go on Google and let me type in pubertance, because perhaps it is I who doesn't know what this word means, yeah. But alas, it's not a word.
It does not exist.
Said the limit does not exist. Literally, like
there's another word he made up. Did you? I don't know if there was anything else you clocked that he made up.
No, I don't think there was.
Oh, I should have written it down. I didn't write it down because I was like, oh,
There was quite a few. He chat shit basically. There was a lot.
But yeah,
that
I
pubitance
wrote
really took me
pubitance
out.
so many times. The
It took me
squiggly
out.
line is still there.
It literally
Like,
it
just
took
say
me
like,
out.
oh, because I was in puberty. Why pubitance? What are you talking about?
He said he was entering puberty, and he said it was such conviction. I said, no, it must be me. I must be wrong.
That's the same feeling I had. I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong. I even wrote it down, yeah. And I kept
And then it had a
trying
red
to
line.
correct it. It was and I was like, okay, maybe I didn't spell it right, but I can't be bothered to go and check the spelling.
No, I went on Google. And I typed in pubitance, and literally it was just his name that came up. Like, everyone was...
Oh, so everybody was like,
Everyone was like, the fuck? And there's even a clip, like, if you type in pubitance on the internet, there's a clip of him just saying pubitance. And I'm like, Lord Jesus.
No, I'm really typing
it's
it
a fire.
now.
Literally, of that scene, there's a video on YouTube of that scene. That's the first thing that came up. I said, I'm glad it wasn't just me. There was like hashtag pubitance on Twitter.
No.
Is it not madness?
Oh my God.
Have you seen it?
No, but how did you type it?
I just typed pubitance.
How did
into Google?
Pubitance. TANCE.
ANCE, yeah.
ANCE. It didn't come up.
Did it not? Literally, when I typed it, I said, yeah, okay, cool. So look, I typed pubitance into Google. Yeah, look, it's literally the first one that came up. Hashtag pubitance videos on TikTok.
Okay, I'll check later.
Fam, I literally was like, this is madness. I said pubitance. Like, huh? What? Anyway, this pervert goes up to the window, right? And he can see her reflection, and he sees her pubic hair and her boobs, and that forms the basis of his, like, spank bank in his mind, yeah? It's basically his auntie, yeah? And his wife is here, like,
I don't think everything is 100 with her.
with the woman, that one, I didn't even comment on her too much because I just feel like...
What I did say is that she had red hair also. So obviously the fantasy he had in his pubitance has followed
suits, yeah. The thing is, while he's describing his auntie in that, like, the wife is there, and it's like, it's not like he's describing a celebrity or he's describing an ex-girlfriend. Like, he's describing a family member.
Because what would life be without some incest?
Because, I mean, with some like, fantastical incense, like, fantasy incense, because it's, I don't know, incest, by the way. Look at me saying incense, boy. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like, and the wife is proper complicit because he'll be in the observation deck for ages, yeah? And then she will bring him food, like, every now and then just to check he's okay. So there's no plausible deniability here. Like, you knew exactly what he was up to and you were, like...
It's like your man shagging somebody and you're bringing him food. It's the same thing.
Even worse, because your man is not even doing the shagging. Your man is literally, like, fucking wanking in an observation deck over
and the thing that's annoying is that, like, okay, like, it's not even like every time people, like, you know, you have these things where, like, you only do them by yourself. There's certain little things that, like, nobody knows that you do them, and
it's just between yourself and you, yeah.
Literally. And it's just mad that, like, someone can sit there and watch you, like, whether it's picking, like, hairs out of your ass or... Like, I don't know, sniffing your balls or whatever. All those wild things. Yeah,
there's like you're not ever really alone. There is no privacy. That's wild.
Yeah.
So we're back now with the editor at The New Yorker. That's the same lady. And I literally put here, like, I think she's in this documentary just so that the normal people out there know that we are represented. It's kind of like Jim in The Office. It's like, just so we know that there is someone there that is aware that everything here is mad. And it's not just us, the viewer, who thinks that everything's crazy, right?
Yeah.
You know, he thought of himself as a researcher. Ridiculous claim. I mean, to me, there's never been any question that Foos is really disturbed, a certain kind of sociopath who just needed the attention.
And she does this face, like this eye roll, like this man is so dumb. Like, he's very disturbed, and he needed the attention. That's really why he's here. Like, he just wanted, do you know what I mean? Like, you did it, and that wasn't enough. You had to now come and tell us that you did it, because nobody would have known. So what's his name? Gerald. So Gerald writes this, like, he calls it his, like, Voyeur journal, right? And he's writing about everything about the people in the room. And he even makes the notes, this was the most notable to me, about the orgasm gap. And he was like, oh, there's a little bit of sex. There's this orgasm gap. And then because Gay Talese is going through all of these like memoirs. that
Memoirs.
literally, quote unquote, that Gerald has, because he didn't experience any of it, but whatever, that Gerald has written. And he's like, oh, it shows you that women don't have that much fun. And it's like, instead of you to investigate the fucking orgasm gap, you're there having sex with.
You didn't need to watch people do their private shit.
Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. Like, okay, cool, even if you claim you're a researcher, to what end? Then what happens? How have you changed anybody's life? How have you
Exactly.
improved
Research
things?
usually is released, and then we can then
and peer reviewed, and then we can figure out, we can build upon it.
What
Right,
have
like,
or you told us there's an orgasm gap. We've been known. Thanks.
what have you done for me lately? Like, literally, so to what end? This research was for what? Like, it's not research. People just want to throw around research. Like, it's just, who cited you? Nobody. Who did you even cite?
Et
Nobody.
al. You're not even an et
There's
al.
no et. There's no et. There's no al. So Gerald, again, a pervert, yeah. He had his like favorite guests or couples and stuff, and he would offer them lower rates so they would stay at the motel longer, and that means he can like watch them for longer. And then this story is particularly wild, yeah. So there's this one time where like he's watching this couple that he liked having sex, and they turn off the lights, they turn off the TV, so obviously now he can't see, and he doesn't just think, oh, call it a day, off I go. He gets angry, so he goes to his car and he puts his headlights on and parks it in front of their window, and then goes back to watch them, like leaving the lights on so that he can see.
Killing your own car battery.
Killing your own car battery for what? Like, is that not I literally was like, this is like, if this is true, this is wild. And it's like, sir, I don't know who can help you. Maybe it's only God.
No, he's beyond redemption.
He is. So again, I have Gerald is a weird guy. He tells us that you know how they have like Bibles in the hotel, like in the desk, in the bedside drawer. He said that he would put dildos in there and porn, like,
and it's
as an
like,
experiment.
For me, like, I'm not gonna walk into a hotel and I'm looking through the like drawers looking for maybe a Bible or whatever and think, oh my gosh, there's a dildo, let me use that. My first thought is like, oh my gosh, somebody used this and left this here.
And
That's
left
disgusting.
That what? I'm like, sir, like, what? Who? And I don't believe anybody sees the dildo there. And even if it's in packaging, even if it was like unused or whatever, or seemingly unused, something you're going to insert into your body, you just seen there, you didn't bring with you.
And the thing that's wild about this is that, like, he spends all this money buying dildos and planting them, and it's like, that's your profit going out the window. So no wonder you guys are like
shutting down.
Literally, fucking,
no wonder you no longer have it. Spoiler alert.
Literally looking for how you're gonna sell stories to make ends meet. Like, fucking hell.
He just claims to have all these experiments that he does. Another one is like, he would leave money in a suitcase, and then he would basically like talk, like say it out loud, and then like the patrons would realize, oh, hold on a minute, I'm in the room with the suitcase. And he was like, yeah, you know, some people would sneak the suitcase out, some people, and I'm like, how much money then does he have that he's put in the, how many, like, these are where your profits are going.
This is why his kids don't chat to him anymore, you know.
Oh, they have kids?
Yeah, he does. They mentioned him having a kid, and then later on he's like, oh, nobody visits us. So
I don't blame them, boy. I'm not gonna lie. If that's your dad, like, obviously that's not your choice, but it's your choice to continue. Oh, speaking of dads, yeah. So I was chatting to my parents today on WhatsApp video, yeah. And I was like to my mum, oh, you know, Rihanna is having a baby, like her first baby. She's gonna be in her 30s, because my mum had me and when she was like 34 or something like that, yeah. So, and I was like, oh, everyone's on it now, you know, you started a trend. And she was like, who's Rihanna? And my dad was like, you don't know Rihanna, she's pregnant with A$AP Rocky's baby. That boy, he's so fine. I was like, Daddy. And then we literally were having like a 5-minute conversation about the happenings and the
But wait, though, how does he know?
My dad, he's down with the kids, fam. I'm telling you, that man is down with the kids. He just be knowing shit. He sends me TikToks on a regular to laugh.
No, how does he know A$AP Rocky? Because that's very like
specific.
Yeah.
But I think he just is aware, because every news publication, Rihanna's pregnant and A$AP Rocky's name will feature somewhere. But I think, you know, yeah, I was just like that. And my mum was just
had
looking
no
at us
fucking
like,
clue who A$AP Rocky was.
My mum, listen,
she was like, is he a singer?
And
like, she just calls every artist
everyone's a singer. Yeah,
yeah.
Why
like,
do
it's
that?
not. There's no. She's not like, oh, a rapper or
They
like,
don't respect rap
oh,
at
is he a
all.
singer? Like, she'll be like, oh, 50 Cent, the singer. Like, Like,
Imagine 50
he's the
Cent trying to
furthest thing
sing.
from the singer. Like,
They don't recognize rap. Like, they don't respect it. Like, as
they don't
a, as
respect.
a,
It's
as an
all
art
just
form.
under like once you're an
Music.
artist, you're a singer.
You're fella,
Like, literally,
or you wish you
like,
were.
fam, literally like, oh, Jay-Z the singer. No, hon, he's a rapper. Like, what are you chatting about?
He ain't
like,
never sang a day in his life. They're all the same.
they're all the
But yeah,
same.
I was
to
so
her.
proud of my dad. I said, well done, babes. Look at you go. Look at you go.
It's sad that Rihanna's going out like this, but I guess
I
guess
just hope
everybody
she,
has
I
to
hope
have
she
one
cheated
lane.
and it comes out later that he's not the father.
Nah, she's in love with that man. It's always the lames though. These babes always fall for the lames. Like, think of all the top babes. Jay-Z's
I
a
feel
lame
like-
too.
Who? Jay-Z?
Jay-Z,
Oh.
he's a lame. Like, underneath all of it, he fucking is a capitalist lame. Yeah.
Not the
A$AP
capitalist
Rocky
lame.
is a colorist lame. I don't even like Nicki Minaj, but her man is a fucking rapist lame. Like,
He's the lamest of the lame. Yeah, it's wild. But then it just makes you think, so like, what? As a successful woman, the only way is down.
it is. Like, who...
That's very sad.
She should
Oh,
have
unless
gotten
if you're gay, then not. But if you're a straight
Yeah.
woman, the only way is down.
She should have gotten pregnant for the Saudi prince.
That's what I said.
She fumbled.
That's what I said.
But Rihanna's
That's
mum
why.
is going to be fun to watch.
I think so. I think the fashions will be lit as well.
Yeah, it'll be lit. And she'll treat that baby like an accessory. And
I
that's
think
really
she'll
what
be-
I'm here for.
Yeah, I think she'll be an amazing
Yeah.
mum. Obviously, I don't know her, but she just seems like great vibes, and she just seems like she just seems like a very intentional move. As sad as it makes me, because obviously ASAP, but it just seems like a very intentional move that she's made.
Yeah,
And it's
like she
didn't
decided
fall into
she would-
motherhood. She said, "I'm going to be
Yeah.
a mother, and I'm ready to do it now." And I think that is the way that we should make decisions about motherhood, as much as possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we can't all be billionaires in that, but I think we can say, yeah, do you know what? This makes sense for me in my life right now, and I'm going to do it now, as opposed to because my biological clock is whatever.
Yeah, it tells me, yeah.
Right. What are we even talking about? How did we even get there? Anyway, so Gerald, oh my God, this documentary, like, I feel like the documentary is well made, and I feel like the filmmakers did their thing, and I feel like they endured a lot, because if it were me, I don't think I would have completed filming, first of all. But there's just so much shit. Like, I don't even think he's telling the truth. Like, 70% of the time, I think all that is true, that he told us his name and he's married to that woman. Like, because
I mean, we know that the hotel's true, real.
the hotel exists, yeah, that's true.
But it's true. You can't even confirm if Gay really did see that. He might have just
Because
said
he's
that to
mad
have
as
his
well.
own back. Yeah.
He's mad as well. So anyway, Gerald's doing up his Peep and Tom life, and then according to him, and I say according to him, allegedly, because I believe none of it, he sees this drug dealer and he clocks that the drug dealer's selling drugs to kids. Oh yeah, he does have a son, because he mentions him here. So he sees the drug dealer stash the drugs in a vent, yeah? Fucking movie style, yeah? And so when the guy leaves, Gerald takes the drugs and he flushes them away because he had a son with drug problems and he's angered by this drug dealer. So then the drug dealer comes back to the motel and he realizes, hold on a minute, the drugs are gone, because obviously he put them somewhere and now they're gone. And so he's with his girlfriend, or a girl anyway, who was the only other person in the room when he stashed the drugs. And so obviously he's like, bro, like, where are my drugs? Like, and she's like, I don't know. And then he's like, no, obviously it was you, blah, blah, blah. And then he apparently chokes her to death. And so Gerald is there in his little observation deck watching this all happen, and he doesn't say anything. And in his mind, he's convinced himself that she's still alive. When the drug dealer leaves, he's like, oh, I can see her chest rising, so she's alive. Even if you thought she was alive, yeah, you've seen that she's been strangled. Not even a knock, knock, housekeeping, is everything okay, blah, blah, blah. None of that, yeah. And then he says, so I left and I felt sick and I quit observations for the night. Nigga, the night?
Oh, wow.
I thought he was going to say...
your like...
Thank you for your
whatever
sacrifice.
to humanity. Literally, your sacrifice.
I thought he was going to say, I quit. After that, I stopped.
And that was the
and here
last
I
time.
am.
And I never went there again.
Like,
He said for tonight.
for tonight.
And it's kind of weird because this is why I say the wife can't be all together with it, yeah? Because if your man spends hours and hours and hours on end, like he wakes up in the morning with his cock in his hand, he climbs up the ladder and goes and sits there, and for hours and hours he's there rubbing his meat, yeah? First of all, he's going to have no juice left for you. And second of all, like, what quality of marriage do you have? Because you probably have
What time
3
you
hours
spending
in the
together.
day, like,
Yeah.
where he's going to be chatting to you.
Because nighttime, he's not with you. He's up in the observation deck.
In fact, that's probably when he's up in the observation deck, because that's
Yeah,
when people
nighttime, 100%.
tend to
Because
get
everyone else
cracking.
is out. Yeah.
So literally, it makes me think, actually, this isn't real, because how much time do you then have as a married couple?
It's like, even him, like, he must not have much of a social life at all. Like, all you're doing is chilling in the vents. That's it.
Yeah.
Watching people. And also, like, he's a big guy. So I'm just like, what was the seating arrangement? Like, was he lying there? Was he like, what? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know how
logistically.
he was chilling in vents.
Yeah. Anyway, the next morning he finds out that this girl's dead, and we just slide past it. Like, we just continue moving through as if nothing's happened. There's no report. Did the drug dealer get arrested? What, you know, RIP? What is going on? Anyway, now we find out he sells the motel in 1997. Fine. So, Gerald, this is where... So I was already suspicious, and I was kind of like, okay, Gerald is chatting shit, but maybe he's not. Like, maybe, you know, truth is stranger than fiction, or whatever, yeah, the phrase is. So I was like, maybe this is true, and, like, you know, whatever. Then we get to this bit where he's showing us his, like, baseball card collection, right? Do you remember this bit? And he's just chatting, like, yeah, it's worth millions, and, like... At first, I was like, why are they showing us this? Like, I was getting into my whole, like, oh, Netflix, this ain't relevant bag, yeah? And then I realised that, like, they're trying to show us, like, I feel like the filmmaker at this point is trying to show us, yeah, that Gay Talese, who was Team Gerald, is now starting to doubt the validity of Gerald's story. So Gay is like...
How do I know what these things are worth? How do I know if this guy's totally exaggerating? I don't know. If I reflect that he's a braggart, then it might reflect on all that I believed of what he saw.
Oh, how do I know what these things cost? Like, how do I know if he's exaggerating or not? Like, he's a bragger, but maybe then that means that he's also bragging or exaggerating about the things that he saw when on the observation deck. And he's like, he knows that the observation deck is real because he saw it. He's been there, but everything else is coming from him, a single source. And he's like, it's unwise to have a single source. Like, okay, cool. Welcome, Gay, because this man is mad. So welcome to this side of things, because clearly, like, Gerald is a madman. So the easiest thing for Gay to kind of, like, look into is the alleged murder. He looks at the dates, the descriptions of people and stuff, and tries to find if there was a murder. And I feel like it would be documented somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if there wasn't a newspaper article,
She was a white girl, it would be documented.
Shit, bruh. Like, somebody would know. He doesn't find anything, right? They find a murder at a motel a bit further away that was in the paper. So people are like, oh, well, maybe he conflated the stories. Like, maybe, you know, it's whatever. And I'm like, no, there's the difference between conflating and lying. Like, he is lying. He's
it never
lying.
happens. Yeah.
And the whole point of this documentary is showing that, like, they're working... Gay Talese and The New Yorker are working with Gerald because they're trying to, like, post his story, like, in The New Yorker, right? And then Gay's also trying to, like, make a book out of it as well. So it gets printed in The New Yorker. There's press, and Gerald is loving it. Like, he's loving it like this, like, really, like, he's proper chatting on the phone.
And his wife's eyeliner looks like what mine looks like now.
Oh, yeah, but you've been rubbing your eyes. Yeah, she...
Okay, so there's my point.
And so this is what I'm saying. Like, the wife,
And because I watched it on 1.5 speed.
Me too.
Like, she was like, when she was
erratic.
walking, it just looked like she was crazy, like a rabbit.
Yeah, but that's probably
like
how...
a crazy rabbit.
Yeah.
Something ain't right.
Something in the milk ain't clean, really. But again, this is not... I mean, she is complicit,
Don't
so
drink
I'm
that
not even trying to
Kool-Aid.
say that she's not... She's, like, a victim here, but she is victim adjacent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he, like... What's his name? Gerald is loving the attention. Before all of this press, like, they find some discrepancies, like, in terms of when he sold it, when he bought it, like, the dates and stuff. And, like, I feel like any normal journalist would have been like, do you know what? Let's hold off on this for a sec.
This is a bit too fishy.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just take time and see what happens, yeah? But Gay just wants to write the story, and so he ignores it, yeah?
Because I think what's happened here is he's invested so much time. Isn't it? It's like over 30 years.
Yeah, it's just like 30 years.
You can't do that, and then it's like, oh, and I
All
think
for
he
nothing.
was chasing the high of my brother's neighbour or whatever, or my neighbour's wife.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. And he also just wanted to remain relevant and be like, this is it literally, they were made for each other. It's like when just two crazy people come
collide
together. Yeah, they collide. Literally,
like
their
the
paths
Joker and
collide.
Harley Quinn.
Like what? Yeah, that's that superhero movie thing, innit? Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say something, but I think my mum would kill me. Let's leave it.
Okay. So, yeah, so the press begins. Gerald's proper loving it. He's, like, on the phone to the reporter. He's on the phone to the reporter saying, like, oh, I can't tell you much, and then proceeds to tell her much. Like,
Literally.
Literally, and then
Tells her everything.
And then his wife, Enia, is trying to save him. She's like, get off the phone, that's enough, yeah, because she knows that he's being dumb. And he's still there. He's loving it. Like, he literally, like, he loves it, yeah. He's chatting away. And then Enia starts screaming, like...
No, I can't tell you any more than that because I'm still under contract.
Get off the phone, Gerald.
I'm not going to answer any more questions about it. Not right now.
Gerald, I have to go.
And my wife has to go, and she's getting ready to go do something. And
Gerald.
Gerald, I have to go. Gerald. And he's like, oh, my wife has to go do something. But he's not really ending the call. Like, he's still just, like, there. It's like, I can see at that moment, she's, like, reevaluating all the decisions she's made in her life. Like, she literally is like, how the fuck? Like, and at this point, where do you go from here? Like, this is just where you are now.
No, you're stuck with him.
Yeah, literally, like, till death do you part, really.
You have to, yeah, you have to.
So now this is where things take a turn, okay? In the documentary. So we're at Gerald and them lot's house, yeah, still. And he's like coming down on the stair lift and he's really pissed off. Like, you can see that Gerald...
That man can walk down those stairs. Like he doesn't need that.
And the stair lift is going so slowly.
So
it's like,
slow, and he's angry.
He's
and
like
it's
angry.
just like...
He's angry the whole way down. Like,
I think they did it on purpose.
yeah.
They did it on purpose.
The filmmaker's like, I love a shady filmmaker, man. And I can just tell that these guys were over this man. Like, at this point, I don't know how I commend them. I don't know how they completed this documentary. I would have been over and out a long time ago, yeah. So he's on the stair lift, yeah. And he is coming down at literally like 0.5 miles an hour. And he is saying he's really pissed off. He's really angry at Gay because like Gay mentions his card collection in the book, which he claims is worth millions. And then I'm like, okay, but you told us about this card collection on camera, knowing a documentary was going to be made. So what is the difference between...
Even his wife is like, I blame you because you told Gay.
Right. And you told him on camera. And so he just feels like, oh, his reason for being so mad about this card collection is because he feels like, oh, if someone wants to sue me, like now they know I have my card collection, they might come for me for millions and try and sue me for my thing. He is like big mad. Like,
and you don't talk about a man's money. That's what he said. And from the looks of your outfit, you don't have much of it.
I said, maybe all the money is in the cards. Maybe they really do cost that much because I don't see it anywhere else, right?
You know, you don't put that kind of stuff in there. You don't write about a man's money. I mean, I'm really mad at Gay. I'm mad as hell at him because he should have consulted me. I'm the guy, not him.
Gay is coming to visit him. And like, it's so funny to see how he's no longer got the same energy as he did before. Now that Gay is on his way, like he's not shouting, he's not angry, like the vim,
he's cool as a cucumber.
The vim has gone completely, like now when he addresses Gay. Okay, and this next scene is very strange. Like, we're getting to the end now, and it's just a very confusing scene. So Gerald and Gay are sitting down. They're having this interview with each other.
Yeah,
but the filmmakers are basically filming the interview of them.
And also, for a long time, I thought the filmmakers and Gay were, like, in cahoots, as in it was a joint project. But this is when I realised it wasn't. Yeah,
I think that Gay was involved in terms of like studying him to write his book or his article or whatever the fuck, yeah. The filmmakers were trying to document this whole you guys meeting and the whole situation. So it's kind of like a triangle sort of thing. But yeah, it was weird. So the filmmakers are filming them talking, but then also the filmmakers in the background are asking Gerald like questions. So they ask him if he has any regrets about reaching out to Gay. And Gay just gets like irate and gets so upset like, oh, you know, why are you asking him this question in front of me when you've already asked him before? Like, he's not gonna tell you the honest truth or whatever. And it's just like, sir, like, what is your... And he's very disrespectful to the
he basically says that they're not real journalists, that he's
like they don't know what they're doing and stuff. And I'm just like, shut up, man. Like, bro,
I hate when older people try to gatekeep anything.
Yeah, they do, yeah. And try and like minimize your efforts because you're young. It's not my fault that you've been here longer than me. Like, it's actually not what we're gonna do about it.
It's not my fault you're a fossil, like,
literally, it's not my fault. It's really not my fault you've evaded death this long. Like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, very ridiculous vibes. But yeah, he was just weird. He was mad. Anyway, we get on-screen text that says the week of the book release. And so Gay gets a message. Someone basically finds out that like Gerald was chatting shit. He sold the motel at a different time than he said, which meant, and the reason that basically he said he sold it in 1997 or something. He really sold it in 1983. So that means that he didn't own the hotel for like hella years that he claims to own it. So basically everything he said in his book about those years is irrelevant. So Gay, who I think is a drama queen, yeah, he's like, oh, I'm going to disavow the book. Like, this is so, it's not real. Like, I can't believe he lied to me, and he's getting proper in his feels about it, yeah. All of that work, all those years for absolutely nothing. The reviews are shit.
Niche.
And he literally is doing the media round. He goes on a talk show saying how, you know, he shouldn't have disavowed the book because he found out that Gerald did still have access to the hotel. Like, he knew the person who he sold it to, so he could still go to the observation deck. And this guy, like, apparently was alive and confirmed it. And it's like, everyone is out here just backpedaling and pissy popping because it's just like, they just want the book sales, innit? So
their story is too higgy.
It's so higgy. It's so higgy. It's just like, how did we get here? How did we get here?
Yeah.
But that's it. That's literally it. Everyone was weird. Everyone was mad. And it was just a very strange affair.
So in the end, what do you think is true and what do you think is not?
I think it's true that everyone is mad. I don't know. I don't know if maybe the observation deck was real. I think because I'm a normal human being, it's hard for me to fathom that somebody does the construction for that. And he claimed to do it himself, because how do you explain to a contractor that you're, do you know what I mean, making this thing? But there are pictures of, like, when he sold the hotel and he covered up the vents. So it could be that bit is true. Let's even say that bit is true, because we have 2 people now that have, or 3 if we count Anita as a singular human being, yeah.
Did she say anything more than like a few squeaks?
No, because she brought the food up to him in the observation deck, innit? So surely she
but she never really came on camera and said I did that. Like, she just squeaked a few. The most we heard her say is, I want to go out.
That was the saddest thing. Say, Gerald, I'm going out.
That was it.
I feel so bad for her, man. Honestly, like, it was just sad watching her. It's like she's a shell of a woman. But obviously we don't know what she was like before all of this. But yeah. What do you think is true?
Yeah, I think the hotel existed, and I think
it did exist, yeah.
And what I think happened is he probably had some vents that he used to go and peep, but it wasn't to the extent that he makes out on this thing. That's what I think.
He's definitely exaggerated things. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And he's an attention seeker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did some research. Gator Lisa is still alive.
Yeah, both of them are alive. They are fossils.
Oh boy. Anyway. But yeah, so now it's time for
the real crime, I think, was the beard.
Our segment where we focus on something during the documentary that may not be criminal, but we definitely consider to be a crime. I had so many. Do you want to go first?
I had a lot, but I'd say the glasses. They were so fucking creepy. Yep. They completed the look. And that slick back hair too didn't help. This guy is a weirdo. Even if all the stuff he says here isn't true, that, like, his outfit, his whole
everything,
vibe
demeanor,
alone,
everything. Mm-hmm.
He's a weirdo. He definitely is the uncle that makes teenagers sit on his lap.
Yep. 100%. I had the glasses on there too. 100%. I also have pubertents, because what the fuck was that? They need to introduce that to the dick. It sounds like it could be a word as well.
It sounds like
it really sounds like it could be a word.
And the way he said it with all conviction.
With vim. Yeah. And my last one was early in the episode. You might have missed this one, but basically, Gator Lease, this is when I first realised he was mad. So Gator Lease tells us that he converted his wine cellar into a bunker. And in that bunker, he keeps all his articles and research for like the decades and decades and decades that he has been a journalist, yeah? And I think, to me, that is a crime, because where did the wine go? And why did the wine cellar have to be sacrificed for this to be the case? I just think that was a very interesting decision to make.
It's true. I mean, I think what he did was brilliant, but yeah, where did the wine cellar go?
Criminal.
And I say all this to say, shalom.
Girl, this was a very weird documentary. Very weird. I mean, watch it so you can see what the people look like. But I think we've described them pretty well. I think you get the idea of Gerald Foos from what we said today.
And Gay Talese looks like a crackhead, like, granddad
who's at recovery.
Yeah. Like, just, yeah.
But he's dressed to the nines. His dad was a tailor, so he's always in like 3-piece suits.
He's always in their suits.
You can tell he's like, there's a brand of old people, yeah, and I see them at work sometimes. There's like a brand of old people who really take pride in their appearance, and you can just tell that like their wardrobe is full of like things that would be considered vintage now, that are like quality. Like sometimes I see them come in with like these jackets and stuff, and I'm like, girl, do not forget that jacket here, because I will have it. Like, some of them dress really nicely. Like, they don't look. I mean, they dress their age, but you can just tell it's like, you know, vibes. Yeah, he's kind of like that.
So what are we doing next?
We're doing the Janet Jackson documentary, aren't we?
Are we doing it in 2-piece parts or because it's 4?
It is, isn't it? Maybe we see how it goes. I reckon we could do it in one episode. What do you think?
I haven't even watched one episode, so I wouldn't
Same. We will see how it goes.
Yeah.
It might be in 2 parts, it might be in 1, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do next. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. But yeah, where can they find us?
On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, 2G1D or 2girls1doc.
Yeah.
And yeah, just find me about. I'm about still.
Find me
at my new crib.
You can catch me. Yeah, no, exactly. Find us in a new crib. I'm very happy. I'm so happy for you, honestly. I feel like I don't even need to buy a house anymore because it's been done.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Where can they find you?
In these streets. Well, you can find me in my
Fair
bed,
enough.
actually, which is where I am right now.
Fair enough. I need to eat. But what do we
really
usually
took a
say
lot
when
out
we
of
sign
me.
out?
Huh?
Yeah.
What do fam, it's been so long. In the meantime, between time, you can find... Oh, yeah, we did that already.
We just did that.
I think that's it. We just say bye after that. Oh, the
Okay,
trailer.
bye.
There'll be a trailer for the next episode. And tell a friend to tell a friend. And leave us a review and we'll read them out on the credits episode.
All right, then. Bye.
Bye.
You've been very private about your personal life up until now. Why did you want to do this documentary?
It's just something that needs to be done.
Who is Janet Jackson?
Ooh, Janet Jackson's many, many women.
She's an empowered woman. She's a legend.
She's a blueprint.
She is a warrior, the greatest show woman.
She's literally done it all.
She is a lot of the image that is out today.
Janet is very private.
For her to want to open up, I'm flabbergasted.
This is where it started. Your father had a vision to get us out of Gary.
He gave up his fatherhood to get them in the business.
The Jackson 5.
There were times when I just didn't understand where I actually fit in.
This is a story about control.
My father was very strict.
Mind control.
He was in charge of my life, my career. My father said, "You're gonna sing."
I want to be the one in control.
I think I have to start being independent.
The most important thing was for her to take that stage and own it.
Now I know I've got to take it.
It's just a side that no one's ever seen.
This is me. Seeing Janet as a mother warms my heart.
Who are you closest to in the family?
Randy and Mike.
Mother, how do you feel talking about Mike?
I can't.
How would you describe your relationship with men?
It was a magic relationship if it didn't hurt so much.
I was just incredibly innocent.
I didn't need a Janet Jackson to amplify my life, but I feel like it did.
I haven't given up on love. There's a great deal of scrutiny that comes with having that last name.
We're trying to follow up on big album.
No, I'm sick of this. I don't need this. I'm going home.
Renee, pull that up.
You want me to cut it? Did the allegations affect you career-wise?
Yeah. Guilty by association. Guess that's what they call it, right? They build you up. And then once you get there, they're so quick to tear you down.
Justin and his team have been trying to contact us about you doing the Super Bowl.
I want you to stand and welcome Miss Janet Jackson.
Janet will never quit.
best song in the club.
Hello, beautiful people. Okay, go ahead.
No, what's Farron's Rents?
What's what?
Farron's Rents. It's stressing me out. I just opened my voice note apps and
Farron's
it's
Rents?
there. Yeah.
Spell it.
Farrins Rents. I need to listen to this like after.
Is it German?
I don't know. I'm gonna quickly Google it.
Wait, but is it a voice? Is it a voice note? But did you record it?
I don't know.
Oh my god, were you doing covert operations or what? Do you want to listen to it now? I feel like it's going to bother you if you don't listen to it now.
But I can't listen to it whilst we're recording.
Okay, well, we could stop recording.
Okay, pause it. It says it's an area. Okay, wait, let me pause it.
Okay, so having listened to it now,
Yeah.
what was it?
It was just Ask Stacey Do the episode. But for some reason it had saved.
Why was it titled itself as that?
I don't know. And I've Googled what Farron's Rents is. It's like an area.
Maybe that's where you were. No, but why would you...
Oh, yes, I was.
Yeah, because you were at... Yes, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
Okay.
my God, that was
Are we
so...
there?
Yeah.
Problem solved? Okay.
Yeah, because, that makes a lot of sense.